Parker situation?
This week we'll get clarity this week. We kept him off the mat now for 8 or 9 days just to rest that knee. The MRI came back good. So he's done a little bit of drilling, so it looks good, but the rubber will hit the road. Wednesday, Thursday, we're going to scrap real hard both days, and so by the time we get to Friday, we'll know. We'll probably, we might err on the side of taking both of them to Oregon on Saturday. We leave Saturday afternoon for Oregon, so that's kind of where it's at right now.
When he's healthy again, what does this mean for Zane Mulder going forward?
Well, I was very clear with them when this happened that the number one, Logan's the number one guy. He won the wrestle-off fair and square back a month ago, or close to a month ago. But he was the number 2 guy, and he had first dibs on the spot. So I gave him my 2 cents on, pulling your red shirt, not pulling your red shirt. It was an opportunity, but you got to consider it. And, he talked it over with his family. His dad's a wrestling coach, and they got back to me and said, you know what, this is an opportunity we want to take. And it's just something that we think will be valuable for him down the road. And I said, you know what, I presented you both sides, and I'm going to support whatever way you want to go. And so, I think it was a very beneficial weekend for him. So, right now, Logan's the guy. If this week of practice doesn't kind of go well for him, then Zane's going to be the guy another week. And eventually, if we get down the road, if the knee's a problem, then Zane might be the guy at the end of the year. But right now, everything's kind of up in the air until we see how healthy he is.
I know this last weekend didn't turn out exactly how Parker was going to see it. Or
yeah,
it was going to go for Parker, but. How has his successful season so far? How's that how's that gone?
Well, I think right now he's in a situation where, really, I don't know who's beat him. He lost in the very first open tournament of the year here in Ames on a very controversial call, and so that's one loss. And then he lost in the finals of the Lindenwood to a pretty good guy, and other than that, he's undefeated, and he's going to get tested big time when we get to UNI, and he's excited for that match. He was looking forward to that match at the Cyclone Open, and it didn't happen. And then, of course, he'll get tested in Missouri. So, like the team, he's going to get 2 huge tests with their last 2 dual meets.
What kind of challenges do Oregon State bring? I know that the 25 and heavy are probably the 2 biggest matchups.
Yeah, 25 and they're not a super strong across the board dual meet team, but their individuals are stellar. 25 and heavyweight, we're big time underdogs at those weight classes. So great challenge, great opportunity for those guys. I know their 57's ranked pretty high in the nation. He's a top 20 guy. I'm not too sure about the rest of them.
Excited to get a little bit more of a challenge there after maybe not the toughest challenges this past weekend?
Yeah, I think I know early in the year Utah Valley had a good team, and obviously I think everybody saw they sat 3 ranked guys. Talking to the coach before the dual meet, they're legitimately banged up, and he thinks he's going to get all of them back for the Big 12 championships except for one. So I'm sure we'll see a much better Utah Valley team at the Big 12s. But it is what it is. You just we train our guys, and we put our best 10 guys out there every weekend, and I hope everybody else does the same thing, and I think he did. And we're just better than South Dakota State, and it showed. We're just I call it like I see it, and we just went out and whooped them.
Like the growth everybody's been making over the course of the year?
Yeah, I do. I like progress, and that's one thing that I preach from day one, that we're just going to come in here to get a little bit better every day, a little bit better every week. The biggest dual meet of the season right now is a Monday at Oregon State. It's the biggest dual meet of the season, and it's 100% our focus. It's not the Big 12s. It's not the NCAA tournament. When we get to the Big 12s, our number one focus will be the Big 12s, and that'll be it. And then, when we get the NCAAs, then we'll worry about the NCAAs. But we take them all the same way mentally.
What surprised you most about Sam Colbert this year?
His toughness. His consistency, his trust. There's my 3 words right there, all 3 of them. He's bought into all 3 of them, and there's no question there. I think you can all see, everybody that's here can see the athlete inside of that guy, and I don't think we've even tapped it yet. I don't think we've completely tapped it yet. I think there's more. I think he's a guy that if he continues to do, understand that he's got to do the hard things, I think there's a champion, like an NCAA champion in that body.
Coach, we'll talk to Gannon Grimmel here in a little bit. From your take, he's been wrestling very exceptionally over the last couple of days, and I know we talked about after Fresno, we talked about that single. You guys have really been working on that. Can you kind of maybe just talk about what he's working on going into this next week?
Well, we're trying to get him just kind of offensive minded and just sticking maybe with a game plan a little bit instead of, he's a guy that gets real hyped up and real jacked up. But sometimes when you get real hyped up and jacked up, you just kind of blow your mind, and you're going out there, and he's kind of a madman. If you've ever seen him slap anybody's hand, you know what, he's a madman. And so that's all good, but you still have to go out there with purpose. And so maybe just calm it down a little bit and thinking about offense. I think he's done that. And, I just know that, again, kind of like Colbray, that I think his best offense is yet to be seen. And so it's a matter of getting it in here and him getting the confidence to hit that offense.